In 1827, the village of Alexandersville, now part of West Carrollton in Montgomery County, Ohio, became a hub of industry for the Pease family, leveraging the significant water power generated by two locks on the newly bustling Miami and Erie Canal. Brothers Horace Pease and Perry Pease established a distillery on this very site, specializing in apple and peach wine. They were soon joined by their brother George Pease, who took over management of the distillery, allowing Horace and Perry to expand their operations into a flouring mill. In 1830, founders Moses Smith, Alexander Grimes, and H. G. Phillips named their new canal town Carrollton to honor Charles Karl, the last surviving signer of the Declaration of Independence. The name was a tribute to American liberty, but it soon caused a postal nightmare. Another Carrollton existed in eastern Ohio, leading to constant mail delivery errors between the two locations. To end the confusion, the town added a geographical prefix, officially becoming West Carrollton. Today, the city's name remains a permanent link to a founding father in the early days of the Miami and Erie Canal. While the business flourished, the family faced immense tragedy in the summer of 1833. A cholera epidemic carried by laborers and tradesmen up the canal from Cincinnati struck the household. George and his wife, Ellen Wheatley, lost their infant daughter, Mary D. Pease, while their sister, Elizabeth, and her husband, John Hughes, lost two sons, Horace and Joseph Pease Hughes. All three children are buried at Evergreen Cemetery, making a somber chapter in the town's early history. Following the Civil War, the era of pioneer distilleries gave way to heavy manufacturing. In 1871, the Pease site was transformed when J. Howard Friend purchased the property. He famously replaced the still with paper-making machinery, founding the Friend Paper Company. This transition is historically recognized as the birth of the paper industry in West Carrollton, as Friend proved the canal's water power was ideally suited for industrial-scale paper production. The industrial buildings that once housed the Friend Paper Company, along with the American Envelope Company, the West Carrollton Parchment Paper Company, and the remnants of the Pease era, were largely demolished between 2011 and 2015 as part of a city-led revitalization project. Today, the land is being transitioned from heavy industrial use back into the heart of West Carrollton's downtown redevelopment, closing the 180-year loop that began with the Pease brothers and the Miami Canal. While the old mill buildings were largely demolished between 2011 and 2015, the original Friend Paper Company office building remained on the site, as well as the raw product warehouse, as a final architectural link to the Pease brothers' original industrial footprint. Now, if you will, join me as I do an overnight camp of what's left of the raw material warehouse of Friend Paper Company. Hello everyone, welcome back to Derelict History. You're joining me here tonight at the Friend Paper Company. I'm just outside of it actually. I got to go right into that clearing that you see right there and down the railroad tracks. So I'm going to go ahead and get to that. Got something good to eat tonight, and I'll see you guys here in a little bit. But yeah guys, this started out as the Friend Paper Company, then the Oxford Paper Company, West Carrollton Parchment Paper Company, the American Envelope Company. It's a little ways up there, all this stuff I'm talking about, or Used to be. But big companies like Mead, I'll get into all this a little bit later and let you guys know. Alright guys, so after figuring out how I got to get in with the drone, here we are. Now approaching. This is where they would store the raw materials for paper making. Ooh, this is gonna be a bitch. And we're here. Ugh. Alright, I got up, but these are concrete walls, I forgot. Shoot. I don't know how. I ain't gonna be able to hang a hammock in here. Sure as hell could have brought the tent though, huh? I could always go get the tent. We've done a lot of new spray painting in here. I'll tell you that. This is a big, big room. I'll get better footage here in a little bit when I get the gimbal going. I don't think I can hang it across here. Alright guys, so this is where we're going to be staying at tonight. But I'll show you here in a little bit, just right beside the camera. We're going to be set up for the night. I thought that there would be either beams on the sheet, or what's it called, fiberglass on the side, but it's concrete walls and there's no eyelets coming out, so we ain't going to be able to put the hammock up in here. My hammock is also a bivy tent, so we'll just be low to the ground. Yeah, this is the warehouse where Friend Paper Company, West Carrollton Parchment Company, and American Envelope Company would house all their raw product for paper, the envelopes, the high quality paper, very high quality paper was produced out of this plate. Well, alright guys, so sitting here in the abandoned warehouse of the Friend Paper Company. I ain't heard any noises. The roof is leaking over there. That's the only sound I hear. There ain't nobody gonna be coming out here this time of night. It's probably a good 600-foot walk from the entrance of this building to the clearance to get back to the road. And that way's even further, so ain't nobody gonna be coming down here. Here in just a little bit, we're gonna have some pretty good food. I got something new to try on the channel, so see how it is. You guys probably seen it before if you guys watch some stealth camping. Should be pretty good. Still drink on the old Modelo. I don't think I covered this before, guys, but I don't drink that often. I only drink when I go camping, so that's maybe once, twice a week, if that. And I usually only drink about 2 of these, so that's 4 beers. If I'm lucky, 3, so that's a 6-pack. Never really get buzzed, just a nice relaxed feeling. Allows places like this to be a little bit more tolerable. Not that I can't tolerate them, but more enjoyable. But I've just been sitting here watching All in the Family. I'll show you guys the temperature right here. It's pretty cold. Well, right now it's probably about 47, but it's going to get down to 25 tonight. But Wade could not make it to this trip. He, if you guys didn't know, he has retired from his trucking job. So when we were down in Cincinnati, we were roaming the streets just looking for old buildings, and we found a couple adult theaters. And you know Wade, he loves to volunteer at those type of things. But while we was there, I was able to take a few pictures of them. So right here, you guys check them out. Nice old theaters. Somebody's got to keep them running. Wade likes to volunteer cleaning them up. I know a lot of you guys was emailing me about did he ever get reimbursed or, workers' comp when he slipped at that one down in Dayton. No, unfortunately, it was a volunteer job, so he had to take all that to the chin. But, yeah, he's still at it, still volunteering, He's got a good soul. But he likes to drive all the way out to Cincinnati and do those. There's 2 of them that I know of. He could be, working all of them. But yeah, he likes to drive down to Cincinnati. Shit, hold on, guys, I got it. Hold on there. But anyway, it's pretty cold out here. I got the heated blanket going. Got my knees trying to warm up. I have not invested in any winter clothing outside of the heated jacket. A bunch of the black hoodies. Definitely need to get some long johns or some thermals for sure. Yeah. I'm hearing a noise in front of me that I haven't heard yet tonight. I mean, it's that. Sounds like a rock being thrown, but that was always from over here. Our water drip. I only heard that 2 times. In front of me, I mean. Yeah, guys, this was where they stored the raw material for the parchment making process. Big old bales of paper. They was about 5 foot tall. Same diameter around, 5 foot diameter. Put it up in a big old hopper and shred it and add water, break it down. And I'll show you. You guys probably already seen all the pictures I put in showing you what the machines are and stuff. So that's that. I'm just gonna sit here, relax a little longer, watch some more All in the Family. I'll show you guys my cooler over here in a minute. But yeah, that's it. Out. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and make some dinner. What do you guys think about that? I'm getting pretty hungry. It is about 11 o'clock at night, 10:57. We got beef stroganoff, like I showed you guys earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and probably get some water boiling. That'll be a first good step. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and split that back. This is for the derelict history one. I'm gonna go ahead and fill this up with some water. A little cold, so hopefully that stays lit. Alright guys, so this is what this thing says. Mountain House, I guess, has been around since 1969. It says, at Mountain House, we've been making deliciously satisfying meals for outdoor adventures since 1969. We are proud to be the original and still cook every recipe with wholesome ingredients in small batches, freeze-dried to lock in all the flavor of your comfort food favorites, so every meal tastes like it should. Guaranteed, whether it's sunrise at camp or a stop along the trail. The air is thin. Or by the fire at the end of another epic day. Says open package, tear a notch, remove and discard oxygen absorber. Carefully add 1 2/3 cup, 13 ounces of water, boiling, stir carefully, reseal package, wait 5 minutes, stir that sucker again. Let stand an additional 4 minutes. Sounds like a plan, guys. I keep seeing the reflection of my light on these halogen big bulbs. Barn bulbs. Barn lights is what they are. That's what they used to grow beautiful flowers and bouquets back in the day. Shit. Dang. That looks pretty good. Let me get a light for you guys. Hopefully that's meat, chunks of meat. That seems very doubtful, but that'd be nice. Let me show you what this looks like, guys. Hopefully that's chunks of meat in there. Looks pretty bomb, pretty bomb. Let me go ahead and relight. Oh, Betsy here. Get her rolling boil again. A little less noise for you. Alright guys, we're gonna pour it in. Tired of it. Hope that wasn't too much. Hope that wasn't too much. Woo, that sucker's hot. Hopefully I didn't put too much water in it. Shouldn't be. Yeah, I hope I didn't fuck that up. That's a $14 meal. Alright guys, let's see what this mountain house ain't about. Alright guys, let's see what this mountain house ain't about. Wish I brought some salt. Gotta have salt. It smells damn good. Doesn't look too bad. I already took a bite of it. Pretty good, but it's got to sit a little bit while. A little while more, but it is delicious. This is probably pretty close to that chicken and dumpling one that I had. So far, the chicken and dumpling is my favorite. I'm gonna let that sit for a while more. Alright guys, I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. It's about 1:10 in the morning. It's 1:07, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and lay down, try to get some sleep. The air mattress still holding up, so that's good. If I hear anything, like always, I'll certainly turn the camera on and let you guys know. I ain't heard nothing so far. It's been super quiet. No animals can get up in here because that big docking area, it's like 4 foot off the ground, so it'd have quite the time. But if you guys hear the TV in the background, my apologies. But yeah, if I hear anything, let you guys know. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you guys in the morning if nothing else. Well, good morning, everybody. Slept pretty good last night. I passed out probably about 1:30, I'd say. Right now it's 9 o'clock. I slept in a lot later than I thought I would. But I didn't hear nothing. And I don't know if I said in the video, but I don't think that the upper part of these walls are fiberglass. I think it's asbestos because it's real thick and it's still here. So that lends a lot of credit to it being we call it asbestos. But I didn't hear any more noises. I just kept hearing that water drip. Never heard nothing at the fire door behind you. Nothing ever tried to come in the door because I think it's near impossible for critters to get up onto that dock. It's about 4 foot drop. But I did stay pretty warm in this whack-ass sleeping bag for the summertime. It works then, but it doesn't work too well without the heating blanket. In this weather, it got down to 25 last night, and it was a bitter one. I was going to make a fire because somebody had a bunch of firewood. There's probably like 20 pieces of good cut firewood back behind the camera. But I figured this whole place would be flickering and people from the road would see it through all these windows. So that was a no-go. But I think right now I'm going to get up, drink my coffee. I'm going to make some coffee, have some coffee, and then I'm going to drink my milk that's sitting over there in the freezer. And pull everything together, put everything away, and I think we're going to head on out of here. So I'll see you guys here in a minute. Alright, we're going. Alright, we'll make this coffee up. I already got the coffee. Nestle's Taster's Choice House Blend. Pack of that in there, and 3 creamers, French vanilla. Should have brought some hazelnut. Alright guys, so we got pretty much everything packed up except for the chair, the table, and that's about it. Hopefully this is coming through in a quality higher than 720. My camera app settings on this particular camera won't go above it, but hopefully YouTube upscales it or works out in the end. I'm going to finish up packing up the table, the chair, get some more B-roll in, some drone footage as well. I'm going to get back home and get something to eat because I'm pretty hungry. Alright guys, so I was wrong about this fire door not being able to get to the other side of it. I was going to use the drone and fly in through the top side of the open bay door that you'll see in a second. Well, I didn't check it out last night because I've been here a few times before, quite a few, and it was always lodged shut. But you can see that even though I am bulking up, I was able to squeeze through. See, I was going to fly the drone through there. Check this out. Used to be some kind of old plaque on the wall. Wonder what it said. this stuff, I'm not even sure why they were trying to protect it. This black stuff is just like a big thing of hard tar. Oodles and oodles of it. And this little building over here, little room, was where the shutoff valve for the fire suppressant system lies. The roof's caving in on it. Friends used to get on top of the roof here. Right there would have been a probably a water reel, water hose reel. Something was probably sitting there at one time. And on that, oh, I guess the hose was in here. Took it out. Minnesota. Trying to see where that was made. Isn't that something? Just has a plywood ceiling to it with wood braces, very thin 1/4 inch wood braces. But on the other side of this door, I think it's right here on this side, is the ladder that goes up to the roof. It actually might, I always thought it was on this end, but we're gonna go outside and check it out. See, I could have found a place to hang the hammock up in here, possibly. Maybe not. Alright, I'm gonna go finish my coffee and get the B-roll in. Pile of dirt over there. This looks like lime. I think it's sand. It's just a layer of mold on it. It's like sand and salt. I don't know what burrowed in there. There's something burrowing. Then over here is a pile of rocks. Looks like railroad tie bed rock. Look at that roof. Yeah, it's pretty much the same kind of rock. I wonder why they spend so much time blocking up the entrances for this side, but not the other side. The other side's in a lot better condition. Get through here and hope that door don't close on me. That would suck. Here's all that firewood I was talking about. I could have lit this place up. And all the wood right outside the door here just breaks right off the trees. It makes good kindling. Look at that. There's a kid's shoe up there. And it's a Nike. Alright guys, I'm gonna hop off. We're gonna check out this old ladder that me and my buddies used to climb up back in the day and hang out on the roof. The only way to get to it now is to go this way. There's the tracks. I'm sure that there was a set of tracks that ran right next to this dock. See some old ties, railroad ties down there. Man, look at that door. It's aluminum filled with concrete, sounds like. I'm not sure what this concrete thing used to be. Maybe some kind of, it would help getting some what do you call that, sift through whatever product they have. But right there's the ladder. You can see it going all the way up. That's the one we would take. We would pop out that door, reach around and grab it. It used to go all the way down. Look at a stack of old railroad ties. So yeah, I'd say it went right up to here and probably went along here, along the dock, and veered off back to the main train line over there. There's that old fire hose. I guarantee you that's the original one. There's another one. The original for that fire suppressant room. Alright guys, well that's it for this derelict adventure of the historic Friend Paper Company, American Envelope Company, West Carrollton parchment paper. It was all kinds of things, but Friend Paper Company was the very first to establish here, very first paper company in West Carrollton, right along the Miami-Erie Canal, ran from Toledo to Cincinnati. It's a pretty iconic place. I'm glad I got to camp out in it. I'll probably do it again this spring because it'd be a lot more enjoyable. But I hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget, like, subscribe, share, comment, and let me know where you guys are watching from. And until next time, stay safe, stay curious, keep exploring, and I'll see you out there.